Meeting someone in the forest at midnight? You really do have strange hobbies. Look at that! So polite, so elegant, you'd never guess who you're really meeting. Harmless, right? Just old words in an old book? Go on, read them. Sometimes curiosity comes at a price, and you just signed a contract you didn't even understand. There's no turning back now. First sign, your vision. You don't just see anymore, you read. Every shadow, every pattern carries a meaning. Old witches said the world itself speaks to you once your eyes change. And taste? Ordinary food feels strange now, but poisonous plants? They feel almost friendly. Congratulations, your diet just got way more complicated. Your hearing changes too. Witches hear things most people don't. The rustle of leaves, the sighs of the earth, sometimes even whispers that aren't really there. Or maybe they are. In folklore, witches were often said to hear the spirits of the land. Maybe that wasn't just a metaphor after all. Your body's not done changing. Energy leaks out of you like steam from a kettle. Until you learn control, accidents will happen. And trust me, not the funny kind. Your first nights as a witch are messy, confusing, terrifying. But don't worry, the real fun begins when you start experimenting. Here we go, every witch's favorite stage, the first experiments. Spoiler, it almost never goes as planned. Congratulations! You just made a very smelly disaster. Alchemy, Lesson 1, never add wormwood before nettles. In old grimoires, witches memorized long recipes for potions. Miss one step and things could explode. Style upgrade? Not bad. Just don't get stuck with rainbow hair forever. And, of course, the familiar. Every witch ends up with one. A cat, a raven, a toad. Creatures drawn to your power. Not pets partners. And sometimes teachers. Control. That's the hard part. Messy? Yes. Dangerous? Definitely. But admit it, this is starting to feel exciting, isn't it? Finally, no more chores. Being a witch means never washing dishes again. Honestly, that's almost worth the curses. Keys? Overrated. Small charms can make life a lot easier, though, technically, that's also called breaking and entering. Persuasion skills, upgraded. A little nudge to the mind, and suddenly people just agree with you. But remember, every charm has limits. Push too hard, and the human mind fights back. In folklore, witches were feared for their evil eye, the ability to sway emotions or cause misfortune just by looking. Maybe it wasn't all superstition. Nature listens to you now. Plants thrive in your presence. The earth seems eager to answer when you call. And the dark? It's not your enemy anymore. The night doesn't just hide you, it protects you. Alright, no more floating mugs and clean dishes. This is the big stuff. Elemental control. Fire, wind, earth, water, all at your fingertips. In some tales, witches were said to summon storms. Imagine what you could do with that. Spirit communication. Call it summoning, call it bargaining, but once the veil opens, something always answers. In folklore, witches weren't just feared for curses. They were bridges, messengers between the living and the dead. Yes, the broom cliché is real. But honestly, no one told you it feels like riding a rocket. This isn't party tricks anymore. This is power. Wild, dangerous, intoxicating power. And now, it's yours. Impressive, right? But every secret power has a darker cost, and witches always pay. Every witch thinks they're ready for the next chapter, but some knowledge doesn't come without a price. Runes and sigils, keys that unlock things you might not want opened. The Sabbath, not a party, not a game. Witches gathering at night to share power, to call on forces older than memory. Stories from Europe spoke of witches flying to secret meetings, guided by the devil himself. Maybe not all stories were lies. Of course, there are always forbidden chapters, rituals even witches whisper about. You found one, didn't you? And now it won't stop staring back. The deeper you go, the harder it is to come back. Power tempts, secrets consume, and for witches, curiosity is the sharpest blade. Every spell drains you. Energy doesn't appear from nowhere. Push too hard, and your body pays the price. Old stories said witches grew weaker, sicker, even twisted from their own magic. Some of those stories might not have been exaggerations. Ah, the classics! Holy symbols, silver, iron. Some things were made to keep you in check, and they still work. And then there's the mind. Too many voices, too much power. Sanity is optional. Strength always comes with weakness. And for a witch, those weaknesses aren't just dangerous, they're fatal. Humans fear what they don't understand, and fear always turns into fire. Witch hunters, they don't care who you are, only what you've become, and they never stop hunting. Of course, witches fight each other too. Power is never shared willingly. In the end, it's survival of the most cunning. Folklore is full of rival covens and duels that lasted until dawn. Witches weren't always united. Many were enemies. And then, there are the things even witches fear. Creatures older than spells, hungering for the power you carry. As a witch, you don't just wield danger. You live inside it, and it never lets you rest. Magic always takes its toll, and the deeper you go, the more it feeds on you. You thought you controlled it, but in the end, it was always controlling you. Every witch's story ends the same, not with fire, but with the magic consuming them. Unless, of course, they catch you first. Witches weren't always consumed by magic. Sometimes it was fire that claimed them. Burned, drowned, hunted, humanity had many ways to end a witch's story. So, that's the witch's life. Power, temptation, secrets, and a price that always comes due. But what about you? Would you trade your ordinary life for magic that might eat you alive? Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next What If adventure.